New information about the upcoming Apple Watch has leaked, and what the iPhone 14 might look like and what it might cost you. Hi, welcome to Zgadgetreview. This year we can expect a new iPhone from Apple as we do every year. And of course, that is going to be the iPhone 14. And then we can also expect a new Apple Watch. This is going to be most likely the Apple Watch Series 8 and a refresh for the Apple Watch SE. We're going to get started with the rumors about the Apple Watch SE and the Apple Watch Series 8, and then I'm going to talk about the iPhone 14 information. The rumors for the Apple Watch SE for 2022 say that the design isn't going to change a lot from the 2020 model. Now, the Apple Watch SE is the most popular Apple Watch that Apple offers. It looks almost like the Series 7, but the big difference is that it's cheaper and it has pretty much all the features that the average consumer need. If you are a person who is into exercising and pretty much an athlete, then you will go for the Series 7, but the SE is the one that should meet most people's needs. As I said, the Apple Watch SE is most likely going to look just like the 2020 edition. They are still going to offer two sizes, the 40mm and the 44mm. Now, internally is where most of the improvements are going to come in. The new Watch SE is going to support the newest chip S7, which the rumors say is the S6, but rename S7. Some of the other changes that you can expect are always on display technology, better audio, and a new sensor that will allow Apple to take ECGs or electrocardiograms. Rumors also say that the battery life is going to remain the same, that being 18 hours, but that will probably receive an upgrade when it comes to charging, offering fast charging. But the biggest change for the Apple Watch SE is probably going to be when it comes to pricing. Rumors say that the pricing for the watch is going to be $300, which will make it an extra $20 than what the watch costs right now. And that will most likely be due to inflation and other constraints that we have seen lately within the economy and manufacturing sector. Rumors for the Apple Watch Series 8 are a little more scarce, and what we know so far is that supposedly the device is going to look most likely just like the Series 7, except that it's going to have an extra grill for a speaker. There's also rumors that there's going to be an extra size of the device, so instead of having two sizes, you have three sizes. I will wait to see that, seeing how the 45mm watch, which is the biggest size right now for the Series 7, it's pretty big, so I guess they will have to go like really small for adding that third size. And the other rumor is that the Series 8 most likely is going to have a body temperature sensor. There have been rumors, I know, for a few years that Apple Watch was going to have a body temperature sensor, but that hasn't come to fruition. Supposedly that Series 8 is actually going to have this so-called and touted body sensor. One of the reasons why Apple has not released a watch with a body temperature sensor is because if they don't get that temperature right on the watch, this can tarnish the whole branding of the watch, which Apple has put it as a health device, pretty much, that can make sure that you are healthy while exercising and eating right and all these things, but also by taking your heart rate and making sure that if you might have arrhythmia or some sort of heart issue episode, which we've seen news about all over the place. So making sure that they get this body temperature right makes a lot of sense. And of course, Apple isn't going to release it until they get it right. Some rumors also say that if they do release this body temperature sensor, that the technology most likely is going to be behind of whatever's available right now. For example, what the Aura Ring offers, but it will still be a body temperature sensor that the watch hasn't had before, And as we know, Apple likes to tout even the slightest, smallest improvement to their devices as this breakthrough kind of technology thing, even if someone or somebody else has had it for years. For example, opening your phone with your face that Android has had for years, or had for years before Apple ever came up with it. And I know it's not exactly the same technology, but the fact remains that you could unlock your phone with your face, and Apple wasn't the first one to do that. Now let's move to the iPhone 14. The iPhone 14 most likely will be also announced sometime in September. And this is a device that is probably going to have the biggest changes in recent iPhone release history. As we know, the iPhone 13 and before has had a huge notch on the top of the phone that to me is really ugly and obtrusive, that allows you to unlock the phone with your face and gives other uses when you're using those emojis that move with your face movement and all that. I get that it's more than just a camera that unlocks your phone with your face, but I still don't like it. So there's been leaks of what the screens might look like. And as you can see here, we have what the iPhone 14 Pro Max is going to look like. As you can see there on the top, we have the little camera hole, and to the left, what looks like that will be the space for the sensor. Then we have the iPhone 14 Max that seems to retain the same notch that we've seen before. Then we have the iPhone 14 Pro, which is going to have also the new design. And then we have the iPhone 14, which is going to retain the old design. This is being called the I-shape cutout. And the reason why it's being called that is, as you can see, if you were to flip the phone horizontally, the top cutout looks like an eye, the little line with the dot on the top. And it would make sense that Apple would do this because it is the iPhone. Get it? There's a few reasons why Apple is doing this. One is they want to have a clearly differentiation between the iPhone Pro line and the regular iPhone. So as you can see, the iPhone Pro Max goes with the iPhone 14 Pro, and the iPhone 14 goes with the iPhone 14 Max, which is why they keep this design for the two devices that don't carry the Pro name. The iPhone 14 Pro and the iPhone 14 are 6.1 inches, while the iPhone 14 Pro Max and the iPhone 14 Max are both 6-7 inches. I'm talking about how long they are. Now, there doesn't seem to be an iPhone mini coming out this year because supposedly the iPhone mini sold like crap. Nobody wanted to buy it. Nobody wanted it. So it looks like Apple is going to ditch those efforts and just going to remain with the iPhone mini that it was announced last year or at the beginning of the year. I can't remember. Things kind of like blend in. That iPhone mini probably will continue being in store for a little while until Apple decides that it's a waste of money to continue manufacturing, so no one's buying it. So because of that reason, we don't have any information on an iPhone mini, and we only have information on the iPhone 14 line, which again seems like it's going to give you four options, I guess. 2 non-Pro and 2 Pros. Now, those aren't the only differences between both models. And when I say both models, I refer to the iPhone 14 Pro and the iPhone 14, let's say, non-Pro. It seems that the insides are going to be different as well. It seems that the iPhone Pro is going to have the newest 4nm A16 Bionic chip, and the non-Pro is actually going to retain last year's chip, which will be the A15 Bionic chip. And again, this is a way for them to separate both phones and kind of tell you, if you want the best performance and the best everything, you gotta go with the Pro. If you want pretty much last year's device with a new coat of paint, then you can go with a non-Pro. Another difference that we might see in these devices is pricing. That again will be another way to separate devices. It looks like the iPhone 14 Pro line is going to be around the $1,000 mark, while the iPhone 14 non-Pro is going to stay below the $1,000 mark. The pricing that the leaks are saying is as follows. The iPhone 14 starts at $799. iPhone 14 Max will probably start at $999, and then we will move into the iPhone 14 Pro for $1,099, and the iPhone 14 Pro Max will start at $1,199. But of course, if that was the case, the smart thing would be to move up to the Pro by $100. I mean, of course, if you could swing it, right? If you could afford $999 for the iPhone 14 Max, which will be the 6.7-inch device, then it will make sense that you could move on to the Pro, which is the 6.1-inch device, for an extra $100 and get all the goodies that the new phone is going to provide you. A couple of other changes that they might also make to differentiate these two models is that the Pro devices will receive the 120Hz ProMotion displays and a larger 48 megapixel camera sensor, while the non-Pro models will be missing out on those things, along with having a less powerful chip. So once again, these are just rumors going around about what Apple might offer. But again, as I said before, a lot of these rumors a lot of times are pretty accurate. And I will cite some of the videos that I've done where the rumors, where I've told you about rumors that I've seen or read that turn out to be pretty much 100% accurate. I will say, you know what, I will say 90% accuracy when it comes to this rumor. So this is most likely what we're going to be seeing in September from Apple. The eye shape cutout on the new devices versus the old notch, I still feel that it's even more intrusive than just having a pinhole camera, because now you're going to have two spaces with what it looks like screen in between them. So I think it's going to be more obtrusive than that notch that is just one huge space in your screen. I'm looking forward to the day that we can get rid of all notches on devices and go back to what we had before, which was just one whole screen. And seems like technology is moving forward in that direction, at least on the Android side, where we have devices that have a display that goes on top of where the camera goes and the display turns off on that area. Still not perfect, still not 100%, but we're getting there little by little. What do you think about all these leaks from Apple? Are you looking forward to the iPhone 14? How do you feel about this eye-shaped cutout? Do you prefer it over the old notch? And if you're a fan of Apple Watches, what do you think about the new information that we have on the upcoming Apple Watch? Let me know in the comment section. That is it for me. Go ahead and subscribe. Give us a thumbs up. It really helps the channel. Go ahead and hit that bell so you can be alerted every time we have new videos. Thank you very much, all new subscribers. And also, thank you very much for watching.